Song actually came very late to me, and I get in touch with Kray Z Songer, and actually I mean, it's a kind of a story that when I first time met him, I mean he acted in my previous play, the latest play. We were looking for one of the protagonists. The place we used to rehearse, he actually crashed his bike outside there, and then some of my friend actually took along him, and then I get to know him. So he came with a very nice song, which I think, I mean, nobody at this point believing that it actually came from this kind of amateurs. They thought, I mean, it's an act professionally done, and I loved that song. And when I heard the first batch of the song he sent me, and I actually cried at that point of time.
Okay, I think that's the biggest compliment that anyone's ever paid me, that, you know, when they heard my song for the first time, they cried. I think I think that the song has served its purpose right then and there. So when Anirban asked me that he wanted a song, I had a few songs that I was working on, and then he told me that he wanted something which is sad and slow and something which conveys the emotion of sadness. And then I asked him to send me the script, because I wanted to write a song which kind of went with the script. So Anirban sent me the first cut of the script, and then I looked at it, and then I had a few songs lying around which I hadn't quite written very well completely. I had a few lines written here or there. So I picked this one up, and the whole idea was to relate a game like poker, which is quite famous in this generation of people, especially after the James Bond movie, Casino Royale. It became really famous. So I wanted to relate the concept of poker with love. You know, so what happens in a game of poker, and then what happens in a relationship. So trying to draw parallels between the two, and that's what the song is about. So it's about how two people are playing poker, whereas one person is really committed to the game, the other person is trying to, not as committed, but tries to get the upper hand most of the time because of the fact that the person cares less. It's also based on that saying that the power in a relationship always lies with the person who cares less. Right, and that's what the tragedy about the song is, that the person who's more in love is the one who suffers the most. But that's what the idea of the song is. That's where we all started. I wrote the lyrics, revised it again, sent it to Anirban. Anirban sent it back saying that, you know what, I like the first version better. So we worked on the lines again and again. Finally, we got the final version of the lyrics. So it was a very rough version that I'd sent to Anirban, and then he put me in touch with Krishnendu. Because he's probably the most qualified musician amongst all of us. He's the only person who probably knows his music, the technicalities of it. So then he came in and he added a different level to the song, because he kind of put all the chords in place, and everything was kind of more professional after he came in. So yeah.
Well, given the fact the song has already been chosen by these two people, and the basic lyric and the basic tune is there. When they came to me, most of the time it was fun, because the first time Ashir came with 4 bottles of beer. So without that he can't sing. And then it turned out to be that he was waiting for a lady to show up, and the lady did show up. And we were kind of expressing the song to the lady, and she said, okay, I want to sing the song in a different way, you know, this is not the way it should be. It should be like, I twirl his shoes, fine, I don't want it, thank you so much. And then we are there was a stage where we do not have a singer, and then finally we kind of, I think Anirban pointed it to Asmita, and then the actual project started with all of us. As far as the main song is concerned, the music was given in this particular synthesizer, which once again was borrowed from Anirban. and I used my laptop. It was a sequence thing because in the studio it was only 4 hours. The time was only 4 hours, and there was 13 tracks being played, so we did not have enough time. So all the things were pre-recorded from home. It was there in the laptop, and then all the tracks were dumped in the studio, and then finally the voice came. And even after everything was recorded, then the whole thing went back to Bangalore for the final mix. I think it's Nilanjan who has done the final mix of the song, and that's it. So it's right at the end of the movie, so you have to wait. You have to actually see the movie, and then you can enjoy the song. I think now Asmita can just add a few more lines.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, Asmita actually get to know that she has to record this song 3 days before our recording. We were supposed to record on Saturday, and Wednesday she get to know, and it's her first recording in her life. And I know, I actually throw her into something, and I just requested, I don't know, how should I say that, how grateful I am to her.
Like Anirban said, Asmita just got 3 days to prepare for the song, out of which I think she rehearsed for 2 days, not even 3 days. So the day of the song and 2 days before the song. The only 2 times she's heard the song and practiced it. And I think part of the fault lies with me because I was really particular, really possessive about the song. And I did not want just anyone to come and sing it. So I wanted to properly audition the person, and I was very particular that I wanted a girl with a very deep voice. So most of the girls I knew had not a very deep voice, and I spoke to a couple of them were out of town, a couple of them didn't want to do it, a couple of them didn't have the kind of voice I needed, and then I kept delaying it till there were just 3 days left, and then Anirban was frantically panicking and calling me saying, Asha, we have to fix something. There are just 3 days left, and then finally I gave in, and he'd been telling me that there is this girl, who kind of acted in the movie as well, and people say she sings all right. Why don't you at least give her a listen? And I said, okay, where does she stay? And then the next thing was she stays in Sona Road, which is like across the country from where I live, right? So then, anyway, finally I said, okay, fine, there's 3 days left, let's give it a shot. So I took my bike and I went all the way to her place with my guitar. That's when I met her. And there's a very interesting thing. So I wanted someone with a deep voice, right? And I gave her the song. First time she sang it as a soprano. And she went, I'm like, no! One down. Okay, she came 1 down. Then I said, okay, 1 more down. She's like, no, I can't do that. I said, you can do it. Just try it. And then she tried it, and then she came up with, the rest is history. We know what a lovely...
So yeah, as you know that I was just told 3 days before that I'm supposed to sing this song, and if I should listen to it, practice it. And Anirban just called me and he was like, he listened to the song, practice it, record it and send it to Asher. He will tell you if you'll pass or not. So this is how I was told about it, and I was like, okay, let me try. So then it happened, and then we agreed upon as to how Asha would come home and then we'll practice. It happened, as I would say, and I was a soprano singer at college, and that's how Asher's had his first experience.
Why don't you sing us the first line the way you sang
No.
it?
I think that it's not a part of me anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we worked upon it, and then we thought we were just going to do it in 2 hours, and we kept sitting till 2 a.m. in the night, and then we finally did it. Like, I caught the right note, thanks to him. And I guess the best part about the experience and everything is just how I got to know about how I can do this. Like, I did not know I can sing at this note and at this level, and I think Asher really knows my imperfections. He knew how to control my notes, how to control the tone. So he could really train me well, and thanks to him I did this. Thanks to Anirban that he pushed me into it and I had to do it. I had no option, and it was great. And we went to the studio. It was a completely different experience altogether. And yes, I was nervous, but we managed through, and it was just a great experience I'll always remember. And I'm happy the song came out well, and
It came out great.
It came out great.
Came out really well, and
yeah. Yes, one more thing, like, I knew like people are really possessive about the song, so I used to practice. When he left, I actually sat down, put my headphones, practiced it till 4 a.m. and so that I can just do complete justice to someone's song. And honestly, I could actually start feeling the song because it's emotional, and the best part is I could relate and feel it, and then I could do a good job. Yeah.
And she did an amazing job, as we saw. I mean, we just have to listen to the song to see how well it's come out.
Yeah.
And I think, despite the fact that she had just 3 days, she made it sound like, I mean, she was born with the song.
Don't know how I can beat the odds when you think I'm a joke. You treat me like a deuce a duck, sipping whiskey and coke. You take a drag as you see the flaw and pop right into my face. And when I think I have called your bluff, pull out your king and ace. Wait, hold on, you gotta love me some more. Wait, hold on, you gotta love me some more.